Alright, we found our long-awaited spot to snorkel and catch some fish, so.
Let's leave everything and go traveling. See what tomorrow brings. It's only a choice away. Let's back up and leave today. Let's see what tomorrow brings.
This is a pretty cool little beach. There's the truck. Tim's somewhere out there snorkeling right now. And it is beautiful. There are so many kinds of fish. We have a little card that tells like all the different kinds of fish. And so I just came out to grab that because we've seen so many huge puffer fish. Like giant. I've never seen one that big. So yeah, hopefully we'll catch something. I haven't seen any lobster or anything like that yet, but there's a lot of life. So I'll take the GoPro down there and see what I can catch. It's a long day in the sun and it's hot, but we just finished dinner and our tortillas with Nutella, which has become our favorite little nighttime snack after dinner. I'm enjoying the sunset, a little bit of a cool breeze. Hopefully we'll get a continued breeze through the night so that we can sleep because it's pretty warm, but cool place. A lot of cool fish out there. We didn't really catch anything. Anything that we caught was too small to keep, so. But yeah, really cool place. Although it turned out to be a hot night with not much of a breeze, waking up to this view made me forget all of that. I love taking in all the small details of a place, the sound of the hundreds of hermit crabs clicking and clacking their way along the beach, the fish splashing, and the soft lapping of the waves. There's no better way to enjoy my morning coffee than to take in all these wonderful little intricacies that are so special and unique to each place we stay. Alright, goodbye. Very hot camp spot.
Yeah, but best snorkeling diving that we've had the whole trip too. So
It was good, and it was only about half the night that we were miserable, so.
Yeah, and then the breeze came.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see we just jumped in, get soaking wet, because it'll probably be 95 today, but it's not the temp, it's the humidity for us. We're not used to it.
Yep. So, we'll see where we find ourselves today.
Sounds good to me. What are we doing, honey?
Oh my gosh. I feel sick. I'm so tired. I've been driving all day.
We're exhausted. So we're in San Carlos, near Guaymas, and all the hotels were like American prices, like 80, 90, 100. One was $600, and one we went in that was 80. There's like ants everywhere. I mean, it was a nice guy. We had a little place he had, but I was like, wow, he gets 80 something bucks. That's just crazy to me. So this was sort of like a somewhat rundown, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it
fair
was
to
just
call
a
it that.
room for rent. It was
Even for
not-
Mexico,
yeah, it was-
a little
it was
rundown.
not
Little room.
insane, not-
Yeah, so
So maybe for 20, 30 bucks, I would have been okay with
For
it.
sure,
but
for sure.
Not.
yeah, so
$70
everything in this town seems like sort of old and run down, but they're trying to get what I'd consider pretty high resort town prices. So we just kind of gave up on trying to find a place that was either 80
we're
bucks
only-
and really nice, or like
We were only
30
trying
bucks.
to find one because it's so hot that we didn't want to camp.
Yeah, so the night temp, last night we were just laying in bed sweating. It was 85 as a low, and whatever, you know, I can handle that for a couple nights, but we're hoping to get a hotel. It's a little bit cooler here, I think.
A little bit, yeah.
And
as long as there's a breeze,
so we're driving around these dirt roads. I'm looking at my cell phone just like I do in Arizona or over in Baja. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we take this dirt road and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be such a good spot. And the gate's locked and it's a guy's ranch. So we turn around, and as we're coming down the hill, there's a guy riding a quad with his wife on the back and his 2 kids on this little quad. And I asked, you know, ¿Dónde está a good campo location or whatever? And they said, well, you can come up to the ranch. So we're going up to the ranch. And it's, look at this view, it's mind-blowing. This looks like Castle Hot Springs.
After chatting with the family for a bit, the 2 kids hopped on the quad to show us where we could camp. What a cool little spot. One thing that I really enjoyed about this stop was getting a quick glimpse into this family's life. They had 1 quad for transportation. They did not own the land, but just worked it. As the sun was setting, they turned on the radio with some great old-school music with a mariachi country feel to it, if that's even a thing. And then after dark, the dad and his 2 kids came over to take a swim in the pool near us. Seeing, or rather hearing, this ragged, hard-working caballero, who had clearly been broken many times, a man of very few words, belly laugh with his kids, he was truly happy and enjoying their screams of glee as they jumped in. It was unexpected and really neat to experience. It was when we crawled into bed, too tired to make a real dinner, with the cow's bellows echoing up in the canyon, sounding like a monster up in the hills, that we realized we had been optimistic about the temperature. Pretty level. We made it to the place.
We made it to a place that's amazing. It never ceases to amaze me. You know, like, you get into a big city or a town and you deal with some people who are kind of grumpy, just like in any big town. And then we hit dirt within 10 minutes, maybe less, probably 5 of hitting dirt.
Mm-hmm.
We meet a cowboy who works out here on the ranch with his family and lives here, and says you should camp at the ranch. And here we are at a ranch with a bunch of palapas, so they clearly have big family get-togethers, or maybe they rent it occasionally. There's like a cistern here, but they use it as a pool. And it's fed by, if the camera can catch it, it's getting dark, but all those palm trees, looks like an extreme version of like Castle Hot Springs in Arizona, and all those natural springs. I guess there's a waterfall up there maybe? I don't know.
That's what they were saying.
We'll find out tomorrow.
We're hiking this morning up to the, what's the spring called?
It's the Eye of Water of La Manga. Hoja de Agua.
Looks pretty straight up, so we'll see.
Yep.
We need our exercise though.
Yeah, we do. The little kid said he could do it in 20 minutes.
Yeah. I was like, how long? He's like, 20 minutes. And I was like, oh, I don't think I could do that.
I think it's finally time to put the Baja Atlas behind your seat. Did you?
Yeah.
Moving on to the next map.
We took time here to take a closer look at our shocks, which we could hear rattling around, and upon further inspection, Tim confirmed the bushings were shot and the lower shock cap had fallen off.
Yeah, it's pretty beat up. Oh.
Alright, so we are in Hermosillo right now, which is not a city that we plan to be in, but it is a larger city, and so we are trying to find some bushings for the shocks to see if we can possibly at least put a band-aid on that little broken area. So Tim, we've been running, we went to Napa, we went to the Toyota dealer here, and no one quite seems to have what we need. So we're trying one other little place that we asked a local where he thought we might be able to get something like that. So Tim's in there right now seeing if they might have what we need, and I am just waiting with the car. And we decided against doing a long drive today because we're both exhausted. It's been a couple of hot nights camping in the truck, so not much sleep and a lot of driving and figuring things out. So we're both just pretty exhausted at this point. So I think we're gonna get a hotel. Cheap hotel, but a hotel to have some nice air conditioning as long as we can find a safe place to park the truck. So that will be our next venture after we stop here, and hopefully we'll get some good sleep tonight. We did find some bushings. They weren't exactly what we needed, but we hoped they would at least hold us over until we could get our hands on something better. And yes, we found our hotel, and oh man, did AC feel amazing. We finally got a good night's sleep.